Right.
Powered by Riverside.
Great. I like it. This is great. Yeah, guys, thanks for being here. It's Michael Will Parisi. Everybody's got a story. This is How Not to Bomb presents. All right. How Not to Bomb presents Everybody's Got a Story. My name is Michael Wheels Parisi. I'll be your host throughout the whole show. So welcome to How Not to Bomb presents Everybody's Got a Story. One of the things I love most about the show is that sometimes the funniest people have lived through the darkest chapters. They figured out how to take pain and somehow how to turn it into laughter. Tonight's guest is one of those people, Bob Golub. Bob Golub has been making audiences laugh for more than 4 decades. He's a stand-up comedian, actor, writer, producer, and filmmaker whose career has taken him from comedy clubs across America to the big screen, like films like Goodfellas and Art School Confidential. But that's only part of Bob's story. Bob grew up in a tough steel town environment in Weston, Pennsylvania, in a home marked by alcoholism, violence, and dysfunction. Instead of letting that define him, he found something remarkable. He discovered that if he could make people laugh, especially his father, he could momentarily stop the chaos. Comedy wasn't just entertainment, it became survival. And that journey eventually became Dodo, his critically recognized one-man show that later was turned into a documentary. It's raw, it's honest, it's funny, and it's proof that sometimes the greatest comedians aren't escaping their past, they're confronting it head-on. Bob has spent a lifetime proving that comedy isn't always about telling jokes. Sometimes it's about telling the truth. The kind of truth that makes you laugh 1 minute and think the next. Tonight we're going to talk about the road of comedy clubs of New York, Pittsburgh, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Hollywood, to Goodfellas, to writing and directing his own deeply personal film, and everything in between. We'll talk about the business of stand-up, working in film, and surviving the industry for decades. So if you ever wondered where great comedy comes from, tonight you're in to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring Bob Golub in just a bit. Right now, we're just going to get the show started. So, the whole show about How Not to Bomb is basically about life. How not to bomb in life, how not to bomb on stage, how not to bomb in the social setting, how not to bomb at work. Because bombing basically is failing. You go on stage, you don't make anybody laugh, you fail until you one day just don't fail anymore. That's what works. That's how it works. You go in a sales job and you try to sell something, and you just can't do it until you learn how to start selling and how to do it. That's the key to life, is not bombing. I actually wrote a book. Let me get it for you. Stretching a little bit. This here. There we go. And the book is called How Not to Bomb. And you can get it on Amazon. It's a complete guide to stand-up comedy. If you want to be a stand-up comedian nowadays, I'm not teaching you how to be funny. I'm just going to teach you what to do to get to that point of not bombing on stage. You got to find funny on your own. I don't believe in comedy classes to teach you the funny. It's not about that. It's about, knowing what to do. The art of stand-up comedy. The method. It's a very methodical business. Getting on stage night after night. The right audience, not any stage. You just can't go on any stage. So I wrote this book, and it's the complete guide to stand-up comedy. Everything they didn't teach you and everything you need in the business. So there it is right there. Hold on, I got Bob calling me right now. Hold on, let's see what's going on with Bob. Hey, Bob, we're waiting for you. Are you close? Let me see here. I don't see you on, so that could be. Yeah, I don't see you on the show. No, you just click the link and you should be able to. Are you on a computer? Yeah, I mean, I would see if you were on. If you, I don't see you on my audience, like backstage. I don't see you. So I'm on, but I don't see you in the show. Like I don't see you in the show. Like I can see who's waiting.
Let me do this. Let me go out and come back in.
Yeah, go out and come back in again. All right, cool.
Hang right there.
Yeah, I'll hang out here. That's okay. I'm just talking to the audience about you, giving you a good. I just gave you a great 3-minute monologue. We're gonna talk about everything. I got it all planned out, Bob. I'm fucking prepared.
Hold on a second.
I researched you pretty heavily.
Hold on a second.
And I know you. And I know your stories. And I know your crazy stories. I'm waiting. I'm right here. So you should be able to just... Are you using Google Chrome or anything? Like I don't see, like I would see you popping in. And that's not a big deal. Listen, we're spontaneous people. We can handle it with
No, I mean, we go with the flow. We'll be good.
Yeah.
No, I said join, and it's saying, hear your name. Just
Yeah, go through this. There we go. I see you now. Okay, hold on a second. You're going to come in about a second here. I'm letting you in. And there, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I don't see him on camera. But there you are. I see you right now. Okay, we can hang up the phone.
you on camera?
Yes, can you see me?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
And
All right, there we go.
Do you need me more lit?
I mean, this is great. I mean, you know what it is? It's going to, the editing part through the AI that we do is going to make this even better.
I'm just saying, I could get more light. Hold on a second if you want. You see how it gets lighter? Watch this.
See, comedians are perfectionists. You know, we might be dysfunctional
I'm like
people,
but I audition like this. I got a light. I got the ring light. You know. So,
yeah, it looks good because it's going to clear it up anyway. It's going to come out really nice once the thing is. So all right. So everybody, I got Bob Golub in the room. Finally, it only took 3 minutes. I got right now. We have a lot of people in the audience. We got 27 people live in studio right now. Right. That's going to grow. So there's about 30, almost 30. 30 is 29. Okay, so hey Bob, I just did a whole thing about you. I mean, I did a little research. Now we go back, way back, and I'm gonna just to set it up. You know, you started comedy in what year?
Well,
technically,
I started in 1980.
All right, 1980. So I started.
First time I was on stage was 79.
79, but you started and I started in 86. So 6 years, you were already starting to make things happen in your world of comedy.
About 86, I was starting to kick it a little bit, yeah, because I went to, you know what happened was, you want me to just tell you what's up? So
yeah,
I got out of jail, out of prison, right? He's no longer with us, a guy. No, I'm joking. His first drugs. But, so I go down to Fort Lauderdale, and I had like this. I gotta tell you something. It was really weird. So I had this visual image when I was in prison that this girl I dated at the time, I was her first love, right? That I had no idea. I'm in prison. I'm broke, uneducated. I'm in Western Pennsylvania, and I had this visual image that I'll say her first name, Noreen, would see me on stage somewhere and want me. I swear to God, right?
Okay.
At the time, Skip Stevens on Real People, that kind of shit. 79.
Wait, let me ask you. So there was a person you had a vision, not somebody who saw you on stage and wanted you.
I had this visual image when I was in prison that I would be on stage somewhere and Noreen would want me back. What the fuck,
Noreen,
right?
okay.
I'm like in prison, so I'm boxing and, you know.
You already had groupies. You had groupies already in the business.
Right. But I was a 91th inmate. My number was Z0091. It was brand new prison. Like Zoo 91. I had my own fucking like radio show. Zoo 91 in prison. So, right? I swear to God. But I'll show you the number. I'll show you the picture. I got everything. We started the boxing thing. There's so much shit. So I want to clear this because my ADD will jump. So I went down to get out. I go down in 79. I'll never forget. I still have the tape called Friendlies. It was on. In Fort Lauderdale, on Oakland Park Boulevard. And what happened was it was a variety show, and I went up the roof. I had a hammer. I'm breaking the thing. I still got the tape. I swear to God, the guy's going, "Oh, this guy's fucking horrible, man. I hope he sticks the fucking roof in, right?" So that was about when the comic strip opened down there. And then, that's when I met everybody. I was a horrible comic. I was uneducated. I didn't know what the fuck Seinfeld. He came first week. I had no idea what he was talking about.
But during the time you started it, pretty much everybody in the business that we know now was nothing. Seinfeld was not Seinfeld yet. In other words,
check this out. So I was there when the first week the comic strip opened in Fort Lauderdale, 1979. Wow. This was the first week. Ready? George Wallace, Dennis Wolfberg, Jerry Seinfeld, Carol Leifer. A lot of who's. There was nobody, right?
They were nobody, right?
But they called me Rocky because I was a fighter, right? Because they called me Rocky. So to this day, Larry Miller still calls me Rocky. But I went down there and it was. I thought you would get as good as your competition. I was a fighter, as a wrestler. So I figured, let me go to Los Angeles. Not the best idea, because you can't get on stage if you have no stage time.
Right.
I just. Then, the first comic I ever met was Adam Leslie, by the way.
Yeah, not a great place to start. And Adam Leslie was a porn star, so I guess he would be.
No, Adam Leslie was a comic.
Was he? I thought he was a porn
Adam
star.
Leslie. No, he was like.
That was John Leslie. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, right. No, but you would like Adam. He was, anyway, he was the first comic I ever met. And then Albert.
So you went out to L.A. Wait, first of all, what year did you go out to L.A.? Because I got out there in 90.
1980.
Oh, you were out there way before most people.
I went there. I lived there from 1884. I got to be friends with Kennison and all that guys.
I had no idea.
What's that?
I had no idea you went that far back.
Yeah, man. Like I was there, and so I remember when Richard Pryor, after he got burnt, I hid in the corner of the Comedy Store. I was a nobody, right? And I just hid, and so I saw him the first time come on stage after he got burnt, and I go. And I watched him 30 days, every day I stayed, and I'd watch like bits like this, wasn't like and then all of a sudden you see the genius come through.
Just comes through.
The milk blew up and all that. So yeah, couldn't get on stage. And as you know, you can't, and plus I keep saying I wasn't educated, I had not to write, I didn't know what they were really talking about. I didn't understand why people were laughing at certain comics, right? But I got to be friends with Kennison and them guys because I beat up a guy named Shoefly, this black dude who was beating up on the comics. And so
you kind of protected, you were like the anti-bully guy. You would help out.
No, what they fucking found out, I beat up Shoefly. They fucking liked me like
They loved you, yeah.
They loved me then because this guy was a fucking bully. This guy was about 210, he wasn't small. And anyways, he sucker punched me and I fucked him up. But point was, I was there, I couldn't get on stage.
But what happened to Shoefly at that point? Did he just stop doing comedy?
Check this out. I swear to God, it's the weirdest thing. So a few years later, I'm leaving, and I said, Shoefly says, I'm going back to, we made up after that, even though I kicked his fucking ass, he did, anyways, he pulled a fucking bottle and a fucking knife. And
it always turns out friendly at the end.
2 years later, he says, listen, I'm going back to, I said, I'll drop you off in, it's like St. Louis. So as soon as I come out, fucking my car breaks down outside of, I can't believe I never told anybody this. An hour and a half outside in Palm Springs, my car breaks down. I need a fucking transmission. Wow. How the fuck am I going to get this fucking thing? I forgot what it was. It was
starving comedian needs a transmission.
$1,500. Shoefly writes a fucking check.
Wow. Guy had cash.
It was a horrible check. I mean, it wasn't good, right?
But,
yeah.
Okay. He was also broke.
I dropped his off. This was 2 years later after we had that incident. Then I go to Staten Island. I moved back to my hometown real quick, like 2 months, in Sharon, Pennsylvania. Then I went to Staten Island like 84-ish. 84.
Oh, okay. So let's rewind the tape just a little bit. Bob Golub, that before anybody knew your name, before you were in jail, before you did anything, where did you come from? I know you said Sharon, PA. But what were you like as a kid? How did it all start? There had to be a start to this madness of Bob.
Well, I'm one of 8 kids. So, I'm a 4 brothers, 4 boys and 3 sisters.
Polish family, so typical Polish family in Sharon, PA.
Right. And, I was 3rd. And our family was funny, man. My dad was funny. I mean, rude funny, and my family was funny. Listen, we got on each other all the time. Because that was the thing you had to do. Fucking, you get through with humor.
Right, of course.
Each other. But I just give you an example. One time there's this guy, pretty big dude, and remember, handsome dude too, the motherfucker. I was about 12 years old. He beat the shit out of me. About 11, and I went to my dad, and right across the street, and he says, he goes, "Will you go over and fucking fight him again, or I'm gonna kick your ass?" It was those days.
Right. Yeah, it was allowed then.
Yeah, well, fucking not for me. I had to go back and fight the motherfucker. You know,
right.
I go back. He fucking beat me up again, but he put his finger on me and I bit his arm. I'll never forget that. And he fucking didn't let him go. I bit him fucker. I had no other choice. I didn't know what else to do.
You survival. You were a survival guy. You survived. But what was your family like? What kind of was it? A close family?
My dad
you grew up
was My dad was at a time was a top athlete wrestler, state champion wrestler.
Wow.
As a fighter, he was going to be a pro, and then he was a great baseball player. He went to get a ball at 16. It popped, hit him in his eye, and he lost his eye, a cataract. So he was blind in one eye. So my dad, the only thing he could rely on at that point, couldn't get a job in a steel mill. He started roofing and became a roofer. And he supported 10 of us, count my mom and dad, 10 out of a station wagon and ladders. And to this day, now all my nephews are roofers.
And were you a roofer at all ever?
Well, yeah, I roof now.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. You still know how to do it.
I'll do a fucking movie, and I'll go do your roof. You pay me enough money, depending on what.
Wow. So you're a hustler, man. That's how you have to be. But when did you realize in life, Bob, that you had the superpower to make people laugh? Like, where did it come from? When did you say, oh, shit, I could fucking do this?
You know, the only thing I tell you, when I was in, I go back to prison. The reason why, because a lot of things happen, and, to change it.
Can we talk about why you went to prison? Are you allowed to say that, or you don't want?
I was selling pot. I had
okay, you're a pot salesman.
I had a real big situation happen, like a couple $100 a month.
Okay.
I have guys, the black section, one with the hippies, one for the colleges, So I was doing pretty well. What happened was they fucked up. Jay, the black dude, I'm not going to bring the first name, Dave, said, hey, my apartment burnt down and 8,500 burned up. I go, yeah, fuck, I was still want my fucking money. And then when the hippie guy, a guy breaks in on him, takes all his money and all his dope. So now I have two people owe me a lot of money. Now I owe that guy money. I owe him like 15 grand. And
holy shit.
So I said, I'm not paying this motherfucker. So, well, I shouldn't. That doesn't matter now.
You can curse, yeah. You can do whatever you want.
So that guy I was getting my pot from was the biggest guy in town. The guy he got his from, this is Sharon, Pennsylvania, right on the border of Pennsylvania and Ohio. The guy he was getting from was out of Youngstown. He was a wise guy.
Youngstown was wise guy area.
The guy he was getting his from ran everything was called Joey Naples.
Okay.
Joey Naples ran fucking the area. And they wanted me he was under him. The guy I was getting from was under him, right?
Wow.
That guy's a main guy. They wanted to get to him. And so they figured they'd bust me. They set me up for coke.
They were trying to have you turn on him, in other words.
100%.
Possible. Yeah.
So what happened was when heat started coming on me, I stopped selling. I fucking, no one knew I had anything. I drove a shit car, had a fucking $1,000 stereo and a fucking $100 car, right?
Yeah.
About 4,000 or 5,000 cash in my pocket. No one fucking knew. Long hair, fucking. Then I said, like a fucking asshole, I said, you know what? I'm going to give you some fucking pussy. I ended up buying me a 240Z. That brought fucking heat.
Brought attention.
I went 240 fucking Z, driving around fucking small town in Pennsylvania. But the bottom line was, the guy called me up to buy some coke. The guy I knew, he would come back from the service. I sold him a gram. I stepped on it a little bit, right? I sent him another gram. I'm not selling to him. I'm just hooking him up. I get another gram. I take a little hit it again. And it wasn't that good. And he said, can I get a quarter? I said, either this fucking guy's a cop or he's fucking stupid. Well, he's a fucking cop. And they busted me for selling the possession of a controlled substance. 2 felonies.
Which you wouldn't have been busted nowadays. If this happened tomorrow, you wouldn't be busted.
It was cocaine. Well, it was coke.
That was coke. Oh, so it was controlled. Okay, I thought it was pot. I'm sorry.
No. The guy was selling pot. I was a pot dealer. And David called me up.
Yeah, just a regular.
David says, hey, man, Bob, I'm back from the service. Can you hook me up with, can you give me a gram of coke?
So you wanted it's a one-time deal. You ended up getting busted.
Right. And then he wanted another gram. I got another gram for him, right? And then he wanted a quarter. And I'm going, whoa. And so when I went to meet him again with the quarter, I didn't take it. Fucking next thing I know, he lights a match. There's 10 guns on my fucking head. And I'm 19 years old. By the way, I beat them in court fucking a year before. I was fucking 18, almost just turned 19 for sales and possession for 38 and 45. They busted me. They set me up again. The guy who sold me the fucking guns, plays both sides of the fence. He'd come and borrow the guns, and they set me up. I beat them in court. But anyways, fast forward. That was like before this drug thing. I used to carry the 38.9 millimeter. But what happened was, so when I go to prison, I get out. I forgot where we're at. Where am I at now?
You're in prison for pot.
So
for coke.
I go down. I mean, the prison itself is a whole story. What happened?
Yeah, but were you like how long did you do, and how did you survive every day in fucking prison?
But I was in a place. I told you I was a 91th inmate. It was Northwest Regional Correctional Facility. It was a prison, but it was a minimum security. It was a brand new fucking prison. There was no boxing, nothing. We started a boxing program there.
Okay.
I went and fought fucking a lifer in Western Penitentiary. And,
wow.
Dude, let me explain something to you.
That's crazy.
Prison, I was fighting with Ray Boo Boo Mancini out of Youngstown. I was not with him. I was sparring with the same, that team.
Like a Golden Glove type of situation?
Say what?
Was it like a Golden Glove type of thing?
Yeah, right. In Golden Gloves, there's open and there's novice. But I was a half decent fighter. Well, I went in there. What the fuck did I do? It was to train. And I kept clean. If I didn't go to prison, I would have probably ended up dead on drugs, or someone would have killed me.
Wow, so it saved your life in a sense.
Hey, listen, when I was selling, I owed the guy $15,000, right? He called the guys in Youngstown. A guy calls my mother and says, "Hey, we're going to throw acid in your son's eyes." When my mother told me that, I broke down, and I said, I said, "You tell them motherfuckers, listen to this, 19-year-old kid," I said, "You tell them I'm going to come over and I'm going to find them, I'm going to kill them and their whole fucking family." Say that to my mother, "You motherfuckers."
Wow.
So about 2 days later, I'm driving my 240 fucking Z. A car pulls up along me, and they fucking shoot at my fucking window. My driver door went my back up like this and went right fucking through. I hit a pole, not hard, but there was a fucking party out there. They all know me down. Their fucking party. Those guys take off. They shot through my window.
Wow.
When I found it, a day later, I calmed down and I called Billy up and I said, "Billy, you tell them motherfuckers they miss me and they're fucking cunts. I'm not afraid of them." Then I don't realize what I'm doing. You understand? Not till later when I look back.
Were you like a short fuse kind of guy, or did you're like a cowboy? In the mob, they'd call that a cowboy. You were kind of had that cowboy instinct.
Yeah,
you just fucking flew off the handle.
I didn't give a fuck. I'm not paying you. When I get my money, when they pay me, I get it. I still owe them the money. But I can't get the money from these guys that they didn't get. The guy said it burned up. The other guy fucking, we took this guy.
I gotta say one thing. Knowing you for a long time, I mean, we didn't hang out a lot. You were more at the Improv, and I was more at the store during the time when I was in LA. You were Bud Friedman's guy. I mean, listen, you had the key to the fucking mansion. But when around Bob, I'm gonna say my perception of Bob Golub has always been very funny, very to the point, no nonsense. But if you don't know Bob, I would say you're not very approachable. Is that safe to say? I mean, would you say that? I mean, you just don't approach Bob Golub if you don't know Bob Golub. You got to kind of know to say, walk over. You don't put your hand on his shoulder and say, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" Because you're the kind of guy who'll smack the fucking hand off, and you don't know what to get from you. You're like a live wire that way. I mean, I always got along with you, but
I think it's how even you're Italian, you talk with your hand. People see you, they don't know if you're arguing, if you're having a good time with people know how to, you can be, but no, I didn't even get into the guy who got ripped off, the hippie dude, when he bought the, man, I don't know if I should talk about it. Doesn't matter. You can say it. Okay, so what happened was, I'm at my dad's house, but I got all this fucking, he said, what's this money? You gotta leave. I get my own apartment, 3 houses up from my dad's house. I'm up there when the hippie guy comes and says, "Hey, listen, this guy breaks in the house. He said he was coming to buy something and someone came in. I think he set me up. He's in the car." I said, "Okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to take him for the ride, and I'm going to pistol whip him, and you're going to be, I want my fucking
I'm going to pistol whip him."
Billy is telling me I want my 15 fucking grand. And I'm telling this guy, "You got to pay me the money because I owe this guy the money." So this guy's like long hair, guitar player. I said, "No, hold the gun. The guy's in the back of the car. I swear to God. I said, you tell me who the fuck is right now. Oh, no, I don't know anything. They just broke in. Yeah, they just broke in. You happen to just come in to get some more pot. Back the second time, people break in and rob both of you guys. Okay, that's bullshit. So we're driving, and Kenny got the gun on him, and we're driving the car, and we're going about 45 miles an hour. And I said, no, and I'm going back, motherfucker, you better tell me the fucking truth, man. I'm going to fucking kill you. And Kenny goes, look, you're going to kill him. I'm not going to kill him. I'm going to fucking maybe hit him. I'm scared. This fucker jumps out of the fucking car. We're going 45 fucking miles an hour. I live on the Pennsylvania-Ohio line, man. He jumps off out of the car, and I said, oh, motherfucker. So I drop Kenny off. I park my car, and I walk up the street because it's right up, called Penn, Ohio, drugs right by there. And I asked the guy, there's a drive-through right there, like where people get their liquor, too, right? It's called Penn, Ohio drive-through. I said, hey, man, someone said there was a guy that fell out of a car. He goes, you're not going to fucking believe this. This black dude falls out of a fucking car, starts rolling and fucking running. And I go, shit,
wow.
You're going forward. I thought he was fucking hurt bad, But anyway.
This is a fucking movie. Like, you could do this as a movie.
It's the truth. I mean, what happened, and so what happened was when I went down to Florida, I felt that, I never seen anything like that. Oh my God, it's all the cleats and coke was falling everywhere, like 79, right? But when I went out to LA, I didn't get any love because I wasn't a good comic. I just wasn't, and it takes time.
Yeah. So where did you work out, though, in L.A. to become a good comic? Because it's hard to become a good comic in L.A. because you can never get stage time in the right places. So how did you develop?
Unless you come out even if you come out, you could be the number one guy making $150,000 in Tampa Bay. Yeah. Who gives a fuck?
Nobody gives a fuck about you in L.A. So what did you do? How did you defeat that?
I moved to New York.
Oh, you moved to New York.
And I believe timing in life is everything. I really do. The timing was unbelievable. I was able, because I sold cars out here, I had a demo. So when I went to New York, I sold cars at Staten Island Ford. So I had a demo. So I could pick people up. So I worked every fucking night because 85, there was so much fucking work.
Oh, it was work everywhere.
12 one-nighters on a Monday that paid you $50.
Tony Camacho could book you great rooms. There were places all over. But back when I started in 86, by 80... I know, I love Tony. He wants me to do his thing or whatever. But in 88, let's say, so you were already a name in 88, like in the local tri-state area. I'm going to say I don't know anywhere else. Bob Golub was making money. He was working. You were working. You were doing your thing. You were a name then. 87, I would say 87, 88. I would see you more. I didn't know you as an amateur comic then, so we didn't run into each other in the city clubs.
Right.
We just know of each other. But and then Dice picked me up in 89. But you were already making money. I mean, you had to be making money with like Rick Messina, Tony Camacho.
Those guys really didn't hire me. I was what they call a bridge comic. When I tell you every night, from Monday to Sunday was a show. Every night, Wills. I swear my mother. So when I had a car, I would be able to pick people up. And so I would start out emceeing.
Right. Take the headliner.
Every fucking night. I mean,
you ever go to Pips? You weren't a Pips guy, though. You never went to Pips, did you?
I love Pips. I knew Howard. I knew the owner.
That was my club. That was where I would be.
That's really weird. I just tell you about life. I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. I really believe in
Sure, me too.
I just went dropped my wife. I just went to New York just this morning. And I'm driving by a place at Pips, P-I-P-S. It was a little diner. And I said, Emily, that there is actually the first comedy club in America. The name Pips was like the
absolutely
first thing, right?
Everybody thinks it was the Ice House, but it really wasn't. It was Pips. 1962 they opened up on Emmons Avenue. They were the first comedy club. 62, no, George Schultz,
I really liked Pips. And then, but my point is that it's inevitable that, I'm a fighter and a wrestler. I was a 4-year letterman in high school. I was the first 4-year letterman in my high school. But
wow.
The thing is I think that it's a muscle. So if you're working every night, literally, bro, I mean, honest to God, I did every fucking exit in Jersey, Connecticut. I did them all. And so I was able to drive and then work my way up from an opener to a middle and a headliner because it's just inevitable you're going to get better.
Where would you say the hardest room back in those days were? I always said Betty's Fireside in Jersey, but I know there were other ones.
I was going to do a doc on it. Is, I think, the worst one-nighter in American history.
100%. You should do a doc on it. Somebody needs to do a doc on that.
It's fucking. I was trying to get.
It's brutal.
Brian Regan, right?
Yeah.
I knew him when I lived in Florida for a second, and when he
I love Brian.
So me, Otto, and George would do well there. Certain comics would be able to do okay there because I felt the audience.
Yeah, no, you would be great. You were probably doing great because you would jump in you would probably beat people up if you had to.
You had no fucking, it was like a fucking war.
No,
so
yeah, I agree.
Brian Regan came up. That was his first gig in New York City. And I said, Brian, let me explain something to you. He was middling. I said, Brian.
What a first gig, yeah.
This is not a comedy show.
Right.
This is kind of like a fight.
Yeah, it's a fight. It is.
I go, well, they're already talking about who's gonna have who what. I can hear them. So
premeditated.
No, it's not. Hey, it's hi. It's not that. So he goes, I really don't know what you mean. I said, okay, enjoy. He went up and he came out. This motherfucker's already white. This guy came out. He looked like a ghost. He goes, hey man, I'll see you.
Welcome to the world.
And I went up and said, you fucking pieces of shit. You fucking treat my friend like that. You cocksuckers. I'll fucking burn this place down. It's like fucking. It's not a comedy show. It's like, yeah.
I knew of you back in the day, Betty's Fired. What I knew of you back in the day, the reputation you had. There was one story that kind of traveled around everywhere about Bob Golub, and I'm going to say the story was that you literally got on an airplane because somebody said some shit about you. Got on an airplane, went to this person, bitch slapped them, and got back on a fucking plane and left. I mean, I don't know how the story ends up or if that's even true.
Here's what happened was, and as you know, when we're first starting as comics, we're very vulnerable to our material. Right?
Sure.
So I wrote this joke. It was the cleanest joke because I was kind of edgy. I didn't know, whatever, how clean things. Anyways, but so when I had this clean joke, I see a guy did it on the Tonight Show. I know 100% that it was my joke.
Verbatim.
And so I tricked, at the time, Bud Freeman didn't know who I was. I tricked him. I got the guy's name. I'm not going to tell you. So I call him up and I say, hey man, listen, the joke you did on the Tonight Show, because his brother's a writer comic too. And I said, that was my joke. And he goes, yeah, well, I guess I did it before you then. I go, what the fuck did you just say?
Oh my God.
I said, whoa, did you, what are you going to do about it? I said, oh man, you shouldn't have done that. Well, for 2 days I couldn't fucking sleep. So I flew out to L.A. and I live in West Hollywood now. I went out to the Valley and he'd come off the stage. He'd come out to his side. And that's why I beat Shoe Fly up, by the way.
Was it L.A. Cabaret in Encino?
That's correct.
Okay.
He'd come out and I said, hey, I just want to tell you, you remember you told someone to go fuck themselves at the comic? And I just hit him with a right. Just a quick motherfucker.
That's exactly what I heard.
Down a little bit. I got back on the plane, went back. It cost me $500.
So you didn't even stick around in L.A. You weren't like you were just going there for that reason.
I was out there to fucking knock his ass out and go back to Staten Island. Would I do this now? No.
Yes. No. Yes, you would.
I didn't know.
I honestly believe we're never too old.
Just real quick, think about if you grew up poor with no money. To me, that's like when someone going in my pocket and taking my money, man.
That's you're robbing me. Yes, I agree. But like I honestly feel that, we all, just because we're in our 60s now doesn't mean we still have it in us. I think if somebody insulted you and left, I think you still jump on a plane and go to Florida, somebody to fucking teach them a lesson.
Listen, man, I got to tell you something. Honestly, we were raised, my one-man show did really well.
Dodo.
We were raised, never to kiss ass, and I got that. But I think it kind of hurt me a little bit because the bottom line is I would say to somebody now that you don't have to kiss someone's ass. But what you want to achieve, if you could get that without giving up your dignity, that's all.
Okay.
It's okay.
Well, that's good.
If somebody wants to be right, let them be right.
All right.
What you want to achieve is you achieve. So
you basically matured.
Well, I mean, I'm just not going to, now, why going, can I handle myself still? Yeah. I wanted to go fight when I got 65 and I had brain surgery. The guy said, nah, don't do it. You're fucking nuts. But yeah, I could still bang. The thing is that I just feel like, I don't know, man, like I'm not out here to be famous. And, I got a big commercial on now. I'm pinned. I've been pinned. Somebody freaking tell that for people don't realize when you're an actor, you get pinned, meaning it's you and somebody else. And
you work a lot. You do work a lot, I have to say.
But, you know, man, honestly, you know, the union out here, and I'm a union guy, is fucking weak. SAG let people, most commercials, I'll give you an example. I don't know. This commercial I just did with Giannis, you know, I would have made 10 times the amount I did before when I did a Nike commercial that was union. So, you know, it's you could have a commercial and they're running, oh, you're doing great. If you're not getting residuals, then you just get a buyout. So it's a little harder as an actor now, you know what I mean? Unless you got a name. If I said to you, I'm going to get you in the business where only 2% people work, you go, the fuck is whatever.
Right. It's a very difficult business because you started out as a comedian, then transitioned into an actor, writer, producer, and all that other. But comedy was the focal point back in the day.
100%.
What was your favorite club to this day that you loved to go to, you loved to work at, and you just felt that was your place?
Ooh, I'd have to say Harrah's, man, in Vegas.
Really? I didn't think that. I didn't think you were going to say that.
You know, that's when Bud was like my boy, and I could do what I want, right? But I could go and work there any time. Like,
well, you know, and you were working at the Improv a lot on Melrose, but you know, I think that you were the envy of a lot of comedians back in L.A. And how did that work? Because you were so close to Bud, you basically had the key to the place. And I'm not even lying; you probably did have the key to the place. I mean, if you were so close,
I was at a club down in San Diego, Improv.
Right. Oh, you opened that one, the Improv? Was that in PB?
No, I opened one out of at a hotel. I opened.
Oh, okay.
And I brought down we knew people that owned Planet Hollywoods, the founders. My wife.
So how was it during the glory days of Bud?
Unbelievable. Like I, you know, when my dad died and my mom died, he was there for me. He was like my dad. Was he truly
like that though? Off camera, off everything. When you were alone with him, was he truly like?
He was a good fucking dude.
Okay, good to hear that.
He was a very good guy. He did about 8 years of my deaf shows. He emceed my shows I produced for the deaf and hard of hearing, and so we've had everybody on there, man, like Chappelle to Bill Burr and fucking Patrice O'Neill, a lot of who's who. Robert Klein did the show. Bill Maher did my show.
Wow, I love Robert Klein. I think Robert Klein's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah, he was like the godfather for the comics, right?
We had the same manager. We had the same guy, Rory Rosegarten, managed me and him.
Wow, really?
Yeah, we had the same.
Rory?
Yeah, Rory was my manager for many years. Yeah.
Wow, he did okay with. I think
with Raymond, Ray Romano. Yeah.
In fact, Ray did my show. I have all these tapes. The thing was that Ray couldn't do my last one we did here. I did one out here. Most of them were in New York. I developed in here. When I moved to New York, I did the show there. First one was the Improv in 1985. And Max Alexander was on his show.
I love Max.
Joe Bolster. You remember Joe Bolster?
Yeah, sure. Bolster. Yeah, God.
Yeah,
Rory managed him too. Yeah.
Oh, right. So Rory, they couldn't do it. And Raymond left sent as a nice gift for the deaf and hard of hearing. He's a great guy. Rory's a good dude too.
Good guy. Yeah. Let me ask you this. So the Improv, because you were an improv comic. I was more at the store. I was not really an improv guy. I don't think Bud really liked me. Back in the day at the Caroline's, I was doing a competition. I was in the Johnny Walker contest, and Ray, and he just didn't like my type of humor. And that's okay. You don't have to. But what I'm trying to say is, so he got some heat. Do you remember the heat that he got in when Paul Provenza back at the Improv? They were taping other comedians and stuff, and there was a whole big thing that were you there during that whole time? The Improv got in some trouble.
Hello? Yeah,
didn't Paul Provenza sue?
Is that like when he sued them? Did he sue them?
He sued them because they were recording people's acts. Yeah. He sued him.
So what happened was they were recording.
You know about that story?
Just him. What happened was they recorded some stand-up, right? And they were releasing it in truck stops and stuff like that.
Right. That's right.
Improv, what have you. And no one got paid for it. So it's understandable that you want to get your money. I would get that, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So you understood that then. You weren't all. Yeah. What's right is right. In other words. Okay.
What's right's right. No, hey, listen. That's part of your body, man. You know, that's something you created.
You created that. Another notorious story about Bob Golub, and again, he's going to let me know exactly what it was. And I think this is he was in the movie Goodfellas. Everybody, he played the guy that said, "Two niggers just stole my truck," right. And that was a great scene.
Well, actually, I actually do something before that too. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? I'm doing my dad coming in. I grab my balls.
Was that your? Oh, really? So there was something personal attached to that. I
grab my balls and curl my tongue like this. My dad used to do that. So coming in, he gets mad.
I love that. Now when I watch the movie again, I'll always remember that was a part of your dad.
That's how my dad, he'd get mad. He would go like this. And he'd get mad. So I did my dad grab my balls too, coming in. So
that's fucking great. Brilliant.
Even the walk, getting there, Scorsese did 20 fucking takes.
Wow.
I was up there I was on the first day they shot with me.
But I want to go to the audition. The audition was the problem. I think that I heard, now again, you barged in the office. This is what I heard. I don't know how true. You barged in the office looking like a Robert De Niro type. That's the role you really wanted, is what I heard. And you were going for that role. And you were dressed like him, acting like him, and all the whole deal.
What happened was I read a book called Wise Guys from Nicholas Pileggi.
Sure.
And it's the only book I've ever read cover to cover, back to back. And Jimmy the Gent Burke, I go, holy shit, man. I like this guy. I'm a big family. I was in prison. I was tough. I got him. But I didn't kill anybody do we know about, right? So I got this guy, and so I didn't fucking know. I'm coming back from a one-nighter, always one-nighters, and I hear on John Gambling that Nicholas Pileggi said they might do a film and Scorsese might direct it. That's all I knew. And I go, oh my God, why don't I ever get a shot at this? Here I'm killing on stage. I'm no manager, no agent. I could do this, but I can't do this. So that's how it started. And then I start doing research. How do I get the audition? All I wanted was like a Stallone. I just wanted the audition. I didn't, that's all I wanted. And I'd start doing research, and it's a long fucking story, except I can just tell you this. That when I finally found out, and Barbara DeFina, who was Scorsese's wife at the time, found out about me, that all this research I was doing, and you know Frank D'Amico, right?
Sure. Oh God, I love Frank.
So here's the deal. I'm at D'Amico's place. His partner was a wise guy.
Yeah.
And so it was called, it was in Yonkers. What was the name of it?
Sure.
Shooting Stars.
Yeah, Shooting Stars, yeah.
And so he goes,
Alzado's Shooting Stars in Yonkers.
Maurice, the black comic Maurice, was emceeing the show. And Frank said, hey, Bobby, God, somebody wants to talk to you. I said, about what? Hey, you're getting too close. You went down to Gotti's place a couple times. You go talk to Thing's daughter, Jimmy the Gent's daughter. I said, because I went to, what do I know? I just go and say, hey, how did your father think?
You want to get in.
Fuck out of here. When I got to Gotti's place, I go, the guys are outside, and I go, hey, can I talk to John? They go, what? Where the fuck are you? I'm an actor, and they're doing a movie with Scorsese about, and I just wonder if they talk about Jimmy the Gent. You know what? Get the fuck, act like a fucking runner. Get the fuck out of here. So I went back again, and they said, don't fucking come back. I heard I was on the video too. So what happened was when D'Amico said, hey, somebody want to talk to you, like out of a fucking movie. I'm in the fucking front seat. The guy's driving, someone's behind me. And I'm closing the show. But it's like 25 minutes before the show starts. And they go, well, why are you going down to talk to Jimmy Gent's daughter? I said, well, I just, I'm not a cop. I mean, I went out there. I want to know how you talk. You can't fucking do that. And you go down to Gotti's place. What the fuck's wrong with you? And my knees get a little weak. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what the fuck is this guy in the back. I'm thinking, if they kill me, who's going to close the show? If they kill me, who the fuck's going to close the show?
That's all Maurice? You gave a shit about. Who the fuck's going to close? The show must go on in Bob's eyes.
I can say that now, but no, I was a little nervous. And so what happened was they let me go, and they said, look, I swear my mother, this is what they said. All right, you're not going to go back. You're not going to go down to John's place. You're going to leave your daughter alone. Yeah. Hey, it kind of reminds me like a little Jimmy Disney. A little bit. He's telling the guy in the back, and they're telling me a little bit about him. I swear to God it happened. So when I eventually, I don't know what it is. They want to meet me. So I go in, I'm working 6 months research now. I go in, I meet with this guy. He said, look, just be yourself. Go in there. This acting guy, he didn't, you know, so I go do the hair. I got 2,000 cash, a 9mm loaded, and handcuffs. Because I figure I get one shot with Scorsese.
No pun intended. Yeah, one shot. Yeah, no. Yeah,
your
real method.
Yeah, I'm there, and Woody Allen, the casting director, is behind me because I can hear her talking, and she says, "Well, okay, it's nice meeting you, Bob, and we'll get back." I go, "Whoa, when am I gonna meet Marty?" She goes, "Well, no, this is just like a gentleman." I said, "What do you mean?" No, I got to meet Marty. I'm in the whole character. I'm in the character. And she goes, well, it's not. I said, listen, you can have this here, the shoulder gun, or that, and I put 2,000 cash. You could have one or the other. But
that's fucking
I want to
crazy.
meet Marty. And she goes, I think you need to leave. At that point in my life, I was going to handcuff her. I was going to handcuff her to me so I could meet Marty. I get one fucking shot.
One shot. You were taking it.
Life. And she says, I didn't handcuff her. She said, I think you should go. And I said, oh man, now I'm like this, like that, you know, and now I'm in the subway like a little bitch crying, man. I spent 6 fucking months of my life doing this. I blow this fucking one in there. And I get a call 2 weeks later. And she said, listen, Marty will see you, but not for the Jimmy the Gent. For another thing, come and get some sides. I didn't know what fucking sides was. So I went in, I get the sides. I get her and I come back and there's Martin Scorsese. That's all I wanted.
Wow, what a fucking...
He goes, hey, I said, you're not going to believe what it took me. No, I know, you're crazy, You went down to Gaudy's place. All right, here's a scene, you do the scene. You're crazy. Here's a scene. I pulled this motherfucker over. It's the scene in the where they, Tony Darrow, they burned down his restaurant.
But the bamboo.
I can't go here, I can't go there. I can't do nothing. He goes, what do you want me to do, right? I grab him, I pull him over, and Scorsese goes, no, he's a wife. No, he's a golfer. You wouldn't do that. He goes, and it's like, I was so raw.
You do a great Scorsese, actually. It's a great Scorsese.
Yeah, he's like this. He's happy. He goes, no, you wouldn't touch him. Just do the words. And so I just did the lines, and they offered me the thing. And I think they liked the rawness, and they knew, like I kept in contact with, Barbara DeFina, and Erwin Winkler ended up doing it. The film.
Okay.
And
right.
So when I sent his secretary a little cactus, this way every time I would call, she'd say call 30 days later, because I would call. I didn't know what post was. So there's a lot more to this, but that's eventually how I ended up getting that. And I worked the first day. And so we're talking about what you said I did. The first day of the shoot, they're picking us up right across from the garden. And I'm sitting next to the guy who's Scorsese's father. It was the first day shooting, and that's what they did. Fucking like 20. He said, "Walk like a trucker." They so they would change it. So they did more of the walk. So what I did improvise was, can you fucking believe that? Can you fucking believe that? Don't right? So I improvised that, but I didn't do it. Two N-words stole my truck because fucking Mike Ivey. He told everyone I improvised those lines.
Do you feel that line nowadays wouldn't have been accepted with this whole cancel culture going on? I mean,
yeah. Listen,
I'm okay with it.
I just finished a script about my family, and my brothers call each other Nig.
Okay,
but something that, that's like how they talk.
Has there ever been a movie you have turned down? Like you just said, I'm not going to fucking do it. I'm just not doing it for whatever reason. Or is there a movie you would turn down? Is there a role you would turn down?
No. I'll do anything except suck someone's dick.
Really?
I'm not going to do that.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Gotcha. So Brokeback Mountain, I would say you would have turned that down.
No, I wouldn't do no broke. But it's really
nothing like that.
The guy next door to me. When I first came out, I had a lot of heat. I had managers, big agents, all that shit, And then they offered me, I did Speed. So I read for 2 parts in Speed. And then the movie. And then they said, well, we'll offer him a featured extra on the bus. He'll be on the bus. He'll work 8 weeks. He'll get his health insurance. And they said, nah, my client don't do extra.
Yeah.
But
and I have nothing against that. Listen, I lived in West Hollywood. You lived in West Hollywood.
The guy next door was fucking on. Look, you don't think I'm going to be 8 weeks on a bus? I'm not going to say anything. So I know I didn't know at the time because I was auditioning for all kinds of stuff. So we didn't do it. And I would have ended up with lines on that, guaranteed. Come on, if you're on a bus with someone for 8 weeks, you're not going to say something. They're going to use you. But my agents at the time didn't think, it was
the right move. But what do you think about nowadays in Hollywood as a comedian, and also as an actor? What do you think about the whole cancel culture type world now? Like I'm like, I don't believe in censorship. I mean, and I love everybody. I love gay people, straight people. I don't care if you're black, white, whatever the fuck you are. We're friends.
What you doing, right?
What do you feel about the way the cancel culture is kind of a little too fucking crybaby-ish? I mean, to me, I feel they're a little overreacting on certain things. I think it's holding Hollywood back.
Let's get to this point, okay? You tell your audience this.
Right, well, you're going to tell them. You're going to tell them right now.
Go to YouTube. I have a tape that got banned for 20 years.
You're live on YouTube right now, so you can tell them right now.
I'm telling you right now. About 20 years ago.
We got 80 people in the audience right now, by the way, Bob.
This is me. 20 years ago, they wanted an hour show, hour special. So I went and shot this down in Tucson. There's a reason for this. Now, cancel. Because I call it fire. You can call it what you want. It's
right.
Fire.
It's fire.
Yeah. Check
I
this
agree.
out. About cancel. 20. They're going to go to the. It's called. Let me explain something to you. It's named a special. Let me explain something to you. It's a
Let me
special.
explain something to you.
I got banned 20 years ago. And they said I was a right-wing fucking nut. Now, what I did was, called me a right-wing nut.
Wow.
I dealt with the truth, with the Rodney King, everything. And so what happens, this guy said, oh, this is fucking great. But I'm going to get this woman to come in to help us. Listen to what I'm telling you. She's going to help us sell this. I go, well, I thought you said you're going to produce. No, I'm producing this, but, she helps. So a week goes by, and she says, I don't know if we can sell this. He's anti-phobic, and he's racist. And I said, whoa, what'd she say? And then I said, well, listen to the audience. They fucking love what I'm doing here. And by the way, did you see at the end of the show, the Mexican guy comes up to me and said, man, you tell the truth. And she goes, yeah, but you're racist. I said, you know what? I'm going to come in the office. I only met this woman once. The other guy we were doing a fucking special, hour special. And I said to her, look, man, so what do you want to, she goes, well, I need to take stuff out. I go, why do you say I'm racist? Because you're racist. I go, why don't you suck my black dick? And she goes, see right there. I go, oh, no, you fucking made me do that because you fucking call me racist. You don't know I was doing time when you were shitting yellow. What the fuck you mean I'm racist? Right. Guess what? She fucking didn't, they didn't release it. Wow. So I get a call about a year and a half ago. A guy says, hey, you Bob Golub? I said, how'd you get my number? Not being an asshole, but I just asked. He goes, well, you remember you shot that thing 20 years ago? I said, yeah. He goes, well, that was my aunt. She died. And I got the tape if you want it. So I got that tape, and I put that on this fucking thing. And I'm going to tell you right now, I give a fuck who you are, Bill Burr, Chappelle. I will put this fucking special up against anyone. Go to fucking YouTube right now. It's called Let Me Tell You Something from Bob.
Let Me Tell You Something on YouTube. They can search for Let Me Tell You Something.
And it's a special. I think we made it like about 38 minutes because we cut it down from an hour. Watch that. And what we did, I talk about 9/11. I talk about how we could have got bin Laden, why Rodney King should have been beat. I mean, I'll give you an example. One of the jokes I did.
How long ago was that special?
What's that?
How long ago was that done?
We shot that 20 years ago, but it was banned.
Do you still believe in the same thing you said then? Do you believe in it now?
That material right now holds up for right now.
Okay.
Right now it holds up. When I talk about 9/11, how we can get bin Laden, I was doing that before anybody. So in other words, I was in 9/11. I'm producing the 25th anniversary. I was 9/11. I was doing a show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We were sold out at the Carolines.
Wow.
But that's what my point is this. So I got this special back, and so I put it up. We got 20,000 views right away. Bang, right away. And then I put it down because I was up for a big commercial with Budweiser. And I said, you know what, fuck this. And now people love it because you know what, it's so raw. I'm not putting anyone down. Gillis, I'll put it up against anybody. Jamie,
Gillis sold out.
Jamie, I don't know who you are.
I don't know how he did it, to be honest with you. I love the guy. I just don't know how that happened. But anyway, that's another whole story.
Oh, he's fucking great. What I'm just saying is that
He's great.
I was doing this before anybody. before the right wing, that bullshit. I was doing this. I was telling the truth, and people didn't know. And so, I mean, this woman called me racist and homophobic. I had people come after this show, that fucking. So yes, there's a cancel culture right there, and that was like leading to this show. I'll tell you what, I will give you a fuck. I will make sure if you see this, if you don't think it's great, I'll get you $1,000, and Trump will give it to you in 2 weeks.
I'm going to look at it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to encourage people to watch the show too. I'm going to put it up on it.
I'm telling you, man, it's the best thing I've ever did. I think because it was so raw. And you check this out, and you know this as a comic. Say you're shooting your special, and the club owner says, "Hey, man, listen, we got a wedding that wants to come in. See, what do they call it with the women that goes out, before they get married, right?"
Yeah, like a bachelorette party.
Bachelorette party. Yeah. And I say, "Well, I'm shooting my fucking special," and they go, "Well, we got to sell it out." I'm going. So yeah, I had that going on, and the two guys, the husband and them. So I was dealing with that at the same time, trying to get my special in. So
wow.
It was tough. But man, it was fucking good because.
So it's a very personal piece of work that you did.
It's raw, and some people might get offended. I give a fuck. I don't care.
So would you put that up against Dodo?
Dodo's different. Dodo's is a show.
Right, but still, I mean, it's a personal thing. It seems like what you're doing. It's not acting.
This wasn't like my dad dying and all that shit. No, this was. What I'm just saying is, Dodo was different. Dodo's. In fact, I just finished the film of that version of it. I was doing it in my hometown, last week, 2 weeks.
So how'd that happen? How are you? Give me the story on Dodo. I find that very interesting because it really is about your life, in other words, but really a different side of you. Not more comedy, right? It's more your life.
Yeah. My dad, see, my dad never told me he loved me. So when we grew up, you didn't do that, right? It's a sign of weakness.
Ever?
That was my.
What about in a lifetime? Did he ever say it? Like even at the end, did he ever say it? Just never say. Okay, gotcha.
I never told him. In fact, even
do you think if you would have told him, would he have said I love you too?
I think he'd have cried. It's really weird. After my show, people. Hour and a half after my show, people would come up and say, "Hey, women too, like women." And this guy come up there, did a show out here in Hollywood. This Jewish guy come up because, man, I'm Jewish. My dad's a famous surgeon, and he never told me he loved me. I never told him. So it's not just your Pennsylvania thing,
right?
So you got to tell him, man. Before he dies, you got to tell him. And he called me up 3 weeks later. Said he told his dad, and they start crying. And they hugged each other. I never told my dad.
You never did.
I even tried to practice in my basement, my dad's basement, when he was sick. I said, "All right, I'm going to go tell him." I'm going to tell him. I was more afraid telling my dad that than the guy had the gun to my head.
Do you regret that, Bob? Do you regret not saying I love you to your dad?
How can you, regret is not,
Do you wish you would have?
As I tell my kids, and I tell them 100 times I love them. So
right. So you do tell your kids every day you love them.
100%. So as much as I can, my daughter's in town now from NYU. No, I just couldn't do it. I practiced even as De Niro telling him.
Wow.
So I go up and I said, my dad had a couple of drinks. I had got a little buzz. I was downstairs. I go, "Hey," I'm ready to say, "Dad, I love you, man." And "Hey, who loves you more than me, huh?" He goes, "That's a good Brando." Doing De Niro. He said, "That's a good Brando." But no, we didn't.
Did he ever get you? Did he get to watch your comedy, your dad?
Oh yeah.
Did your dad ever get to watch you in comedy? Did he ever compliment you? Would he compliment you and say, "Oh, that was funny"?
It's really weird, man. The first time my dad ever said this to me was he was dating a woman coming down from Florida, and they came in Reading, Pennsylvania on the way back, and I did a show that I crushed. That's 88, where you're working every night, and you're just doing it. And he said to me, "Wow, you're a comic." And I remember him telling me that in Reading, Pennsylvania, and that was like my, I needed to hear that from my dad because I was a wrestler and he broke.
So that was nice. That was almost like an "I love you" in a sense. He gave you the kudos.
That's how
of that,
we said "I love you" through Clemente.
Right.
Every time we said we love Roberto Clemente, we were saying we love you.
Right.
Too, Roberto Clemente.
That's
our way was saying.
But that was your way of having that common ground of "I love you." We love him, so we love each other, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Boy,
that was
you love
nice.
Clemente. Oh, I love Clemente, man. Yeah, we love Clemente. But no, and so that was the driving force, and also when he died was how he died and what he did. So, so I wrote all that out. I mean, when my mother died, my brothers got in a fight right there, right in the casket, because my brother wanted to put a picture of his girlfriend's kid in my mom's casket because she has pictures of the grandkids, and he wasn't. My other brother was, hey, he ain't fucking family, and they started fighting.
And that was another brawl.
It's that kind of crazy fighting. My younger brother Gary's probably the toughest guy I've ever met, and I met Tyson.
And he's still tough. Is he? All your brothers still around? Everybody's still here.
Yeah. My younger brother Gary,
is he still a tough guy?
So many times they retired his number. Yeah, but he's fucking older now. He's fucking, he's been fucking. I mean, he's in jail right now. They just got him.
I know you say, Bob, that you wouldn't, that you don't, you look at things differently now, and I get that. You probably wouldn't hop on a plane and go hit somebody if they took a joke, but. If somebody ever messed with anybody in your family, any of your kids, or I'm sure that the old Bob Golub can come out pretty fucking quick.
Dude, please. I mean, I got a daughter going. Think about this. I grew up poor, uneducated. I got a daughter with 4.3 going to NYU. In high school, I couldn't spell NYU.
Oh, beautiful! That's fantastic.
I mean, that to me is life. That's success. And
that is success.
You know what? She's a kind person. She's not weak, liberal, She's a kind person. She has empathy, but she got a little toughness in her. Like, in other words, well, New York, listen, NYU, you're part of the
joke.
city.
Yeah, you're in it.
That's correct. If you you go to Penn State, I love Penn State, but you're in the
system. You're in the New York City system if you're in NYU.
So you're getting
in
another education.
Absolutely.
You're around other people of different ethnicities. And I think if you go to NYU, it helps that situation.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I'm blessed. I mean, by the way, we're paying for that, so
right,
it's a lot of fucking money.
So you got to work your fucking ass off, Bob.
A lot of fucking money, man. I mean, and I don't want her to have any debt, to come out.
Right. Yeah,
it's
we're the same.
A year to go there.
Yeah, we're the same with our daughter. Our daughter just graduated.
And think about this. My daughter was in the same class. Check this out. So I was on Stern with Trump, right? And so check this out. My daughter said to her professor, she wanted to go and study in a room by herself. She's a writer. She was a writer before she got to go. She's been writing. She's been 3. But so she's in a room by herself. And Stern was a part of Stern Institute, was part of NYU, the business school. Who the fuck walks in? Barron Trump by himself and with 3, Secret Service.
Yeah. I happen to like Barron.
She comes and sits right next to my daughter.
Wow.
She could have sat anywhere.
Right.
And now Piper's been around celebrities because we live in West.
Is that your daughter's name, Piper?
Yeah, that's her name.
Okay. You get a call from Piper and during the day. Let's say tomorrow you get a call, and I'm nothing bad, but she goes, Dad, I need you. Can you come to New York? I'm having an issue with this fucking guy who keeps on following me all over. I'm uncomfortable. No, he didn't do anything, but I'm uncomfortable. How would you handle that? I know how I would handle it. I would be there in a heartbeat. I don't know how you would handle it.
I mean, how I would handle it would be very simple. He would stop doing that.
It would just end. That's right.
He would stop fucking doing that because I would be up his ass.
I'd be right with you, brother.
The difference is, I'm trying to keep cool now, right?
You're a dangerous dude. I mean, I don't want to say dangerous in a bad way.
You can't do that to my kids.
You're hard to control with that stuff. There's no control.
You can't do that to my kid.
I agree, 100%. I have a daughter too. Trust me, I understand it completely.
I swear, my mother, you can be who you want. I will get you. The point is, how I grew up. The most powerful guy in the world, son's sitting right next to my daughter, and I met him. What's the chance of that happening? In fact, I grew up as a little conservative now, right? My sister said to me, "Man, what if Barron meets Piper?" I go, "Man, there's 55,000 people. That's never gonna happen. What do I care? As long as he treats her nice. If he's rude, then I'm gonna kick his ass." Anyways,
regardless. So
I said it's not gonna happen. Never gonna happen. Bam! It happens. He's sitting right next to my daughter. And
what do you think of Barron? What do you think of Barron Trump? I happen to like Barron.
I have no thoughts on him except I'm just telling you what happened. That he's sitting right next to her choose to sit next to her. There was nobody there except him and her and the Secret Service. My point is, she ended up meeting him. He was kind. When he left, when she got up to leave, went over to the bag and gave her a bag, because when he sat down, he was right next to her bag.
That was a very admirable thing to do. He did the right thing, and
he did the right thing.
He was a gentleman.
No, did she know who he was? Of course, because there's fucking 3 Secret Service, and he's a tall dude.
He's a big guy.
My point is this: here, a guy growing up with nothing, end up knowing the father, the president of the United States, and my daughter goes to school where her son. I mean, come on, that's that's success. And
if you didn't do anything in your career, Bob, if you didn't do any of the movies, you didn't do any of the stand-up, everything was a fucking nothing. The biggest success to me is you raised the family the right way, and you did the right thing, and you raised the right family, and you did that's success to me. Your daughter, you just did the right thing, and that is something most people can't do. A lot of comedians, they might have the money and shit, but they're dysfunctional in their families.
Man, like my son Parker, he's coming back from New York. He was there in Lower East Side, Manhattan. He's coming back. He's a good kid. My wife, I got lucky. That's why I hate cheating on her, right? Because she's such a good person. Joke. But you could edit that now. But
92 people just heard that. They're going to hold you to it.
No, but she's a good person. She's from New Orleans, and she's just a giver, man. She's a giver. Like, she drops her card. She's a business manager. She has a lot of who's, and so our cats,
wonderful.
And like a lot of who's, but she's helped. So but Piper is, I would have to say, of anything in my life, that's the most. I mean, come on, a 4.3.
4.3 is beautiful. That's great.
I had a full ride for wrestling, and I went for a semester, and I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. I wasn't educated.
Right.
So I read now, I've educated myself, but to have that, a 4.3, and then go to NYU, get 3.9 and a 4. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's.
And
she's gonna carry it on. She's gonna do fantastic.
She's written 4 plays her freshman year.
Wow.
She written 4 plays. She had a Broadway actors read the one. Great.
So she's a lot like you in that sense, on the creative end of things.
And she's been raised. We got blessed because Emily's grandmother was a school teacher for 50 years. So when she came out from New Orleans, retired, she had Piper. So Piper had a teacher and a love. Someone my mother-in-law died. Piper said, I lost my best friend.
Sure.
Because you were best of friends,
Yeah,
so she got that education. So when she started writing about dogs, dictating at 3, then she would start, Warner would write it down. I still got them. And then at 4, she would start writing. At 5, open, middle, end. So she's been writing for a long time.
How many more years at NYU is she going to be?
2 more years.
2 more years. And what is she going to do after they have NYU? What's her goal?
I run a fucking studio. She, like right now, she's doing it. She didn't have to say, Piper, she got a day job at ice cream, high-end little white place, ice cream place. And she also works for a guy who has a deal, a TV and a film deal, and she reads the books and does coverage on the books.
Right.
I couldn't. You can't instill that. She got that from her mother. Her mother's very organized. She has to. She's a business manager with 33 clients.
So she's got the toughness from you. She's got the organization skills and creativeness from you, 100%. And the toughness and the toughness and the talent. And with your wife, she has the organization and the structure. So it works out beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Before we end the show, Bob. First of all, you were a great guest. Number one. I mean, sometimes you get them good. But I knew I was going to get a good one with you. We're already an hour and 10 minutes, and people are loving it. But I'm going to do some. I'm gonna do some rapid fire questions, and this is just basically I'm gonna ask you a question, and you just get in and out of it. It's gonna be a quick question, something stupid like cats or dog, something like that. Sinatra or Springsteen?
Springsteen, obnoxious or what?
A Sinatra or Springsteen?
Oh,
you get to pick one.
Wow. Sinatra.
All right, here's one for you, and this is gonna be personal. Andrew Dice Clay or Sam Kinison?
Kinison.
Really? I know why. I remember the whole Howard Stern incident back in the day.
Yeah.
That was another story. Actually, I think that's how it was.
Yeah, but hey, man, you know what? It's about PR too, man, right?
Oh, it's all about PR. Trust me. Everybody knew it. Everybody knew it. But when I tell you,
it's like a PR thing.
But I'm saying it was one of the greatest PR things that you were able to actually get, to get airtime. It was brilliant the way you did it.
To this day, I think he still bothers him. But
I don't think so anymore. I don't think, but I remember it was great. Okay, Eddie Murphy or Robin Williams?
Eddie Murphy.
Who do you feel is the best comic today? Not old school.
What's that?
Best comic today, working out comic today. Best working comic today.
Man, that's hard. Because there's comics that we know that are really great or famous. I don't know, man. You're gonna laugh. You know what makes me crack up? Todd Barry.
I like him too. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
There's something about him that's not pretentious, and he's just naturally funny.
What about Sebastian? How about Sebastian?
That I would like as aggressive as I am.
Right.
But he cracks me up. I think he's hilarious. Is he the best? It's hard to say that, man, right? I mean, because, I don't know, but go ahead.
Okay, favorite actor?
Man. Wow. That's really, it's tough, because I got a couple, Denzel Washington.
I think Denzel's great. I'm going to ask you 3 more questions, and then 2 of them is going to be an interesting question. First question: if you were able to have dinner with one or the other, who would it be? Would it be Robert De Niro, or would it be Martin Scorsese? Tonight, dinner, only one could be at the table.
Oh, fuck, man, that's not fair. Well, I'm going to go with Scorsese because I want to try to get work.
We're all fucking whores, aren't we? We're all fucking whores when it comes to that shit.
Listen, I think that if I had my choice, I'm going to go with that. Yeah.
Okay. All right, ready? Biggest fear.
One of my kids might hurt themselves.
Okay. Biggest regret. And that's my biggest fear too, by the way. Biggest regret. We have to have a regret.
That I think that I left the way I grew up getting in the way of my career, not kissing ass, not always trying to, taking everything personal. I think I would have made a difference in my career if I would have not called out everybody on something.
Okay. All right. And then we're going to end it on a nice high note. What do you feel Bob Golub's biggest accomplishment was, and biggest accomplishment with all the things you've done between the movies and the success and all, and you're still fucking kicking ass. Biggest accomplishment.
I think the show I developed for the deaf and hard of hearing people.
Okay.
I raised over $1 million. I did it for 30 years. And because I had 2 sisters who were hard of hearing. So, and I remember growing up when my one sister, her hearing aid battery fell, and we didn't have the money to get another one, so she couldn't hear for in one ear for a week. So I think that show I developed and produced for the deaf and hard of hearing
was very personal. Yeah. Well, I mean, I learned one thing today. I thought it was great with you. I didn't know the father with the biting of the teeth, the biting of the tongue in Goodfellas, which is a great little piece of history.
What if you get fucking with an uppercut and someone cuts your tongue?
I love that. Hey, Bob, I think that you...
you know what?
Yeah.
They talk about these roasting people.
Yeah.
My dad was roasting people with the brothers in Farrell, Pennsylvania in the fucking 40s. I got your mother in the tree split, she shit, I just got a little bit. They were doing that shit way before these people roasting, man. So my dad was doing that stuff. So you're saying, where did the funny come from? Kind of stuff like that.
So your dad, it kind of came from your dad. You became funny because you were an observer. You watched everything.
And and by the way, dude, when you grow up with nothing, you gotta fucking find humor somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta rub 2 sticks together and make it work. To have something. Right. That's how we used to be. Bob, you were a great guest today. Hey, I want to have you back on the show. Number 1.
100%, and I want to say something to you too. Congratulations, because let me tell you about this guy, folks. Wheels don't stop. Wheels got wheels. You don't know where he's going to end up. He's in Florida now. One time in North Carolina. He's in L.A. He's in New York. I don't know where he's going to go. All over the fucking place. But he's all over the place. But congratulations on this. It looks great.
Hey, thank you, man. This is a great show. A lot of people love it. Our ratings have been out the roof lately. You came on at a great time because we're really growing at this moment. We're in the middle of really booming on the show. That's why, every time it gets better and better. And They loved you. I mean, we had up to 116 people in the room today. I can't even fucking believe it because normally a live show, you don't get that many people on live. Usually it's the rebroadcast on Spotify and Amazon, but today was a big one. I don't know.
Did you get the message? Someone called me up and asked me if they could do my show. They thought we have our own show, and I go,
we have our own show?
Yes.
You should have your own show. Have you thought about podcasting at all?
Yeah, I did that some before, but I had I gave me your email.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you know.
Is it Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah, he called me. He's going to be on September 9th. Jason Stewart will be on the show.
He called me. See, here's what I do, man. I give. I don't hide shit, man. Like, here's his email. He's starting it. You might be great. And I thought,
I know Jason. Me and Jason used to work together. We're friends, and it was great that he.
It would be a great guest for you too, right?
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, he's a great guest. And if there's anybody else you want to get on the show, or if you think is interesting and you want to be on the show with them, you can say, "Hey, Wheels, let's do a show where the three of us can be in the room." I could put up to 10 people in the room, so we can have a show. It's funny.
Wheels, one thing we can talk about too is people don't realize what goes behind the acting and all that. This is a tough business, man. This is not easy.
And I had so many questions I wanted to ask you about that too, about the business, but it was crazy. But you're right, and it's a different business today.
This is why you're great at what you do, is because here we are. We didn't even realize we're over an hour, and so just starting it. You know?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, and we could do I can do another hour with you easy right now.
Right.
Easy. I have another hour.
Let's kick it.
We'll do
back. And congratulations on this, man.
Thank you very much. Let's hear for Bob Golub, everybody. Bob Golub, one of the greatest out there today. All right. I love you, Bob. Holy fucking shit.
You look great, too, man.
What's that?
You look great.
Thanks, man. I'm 61 years old. And I think we're close to the same age.
Italian food, man. Eating that good Italian. That olive oil, brother.
Only extra virgin olive oil in my world. That's all we have.
Watch, they're starting to cut that shit. You got to watch.
I know. I only get the best extra virgin.
You can't do that, man. You can't cut their oil, man.
You see how fast they put Little Italy back on the map in New York because the Italians fucking. It took one day for that decision to change. Somebody called them up and said, "Hey, Mandami, listen, I don't know about anything. I had nothing against you. Put us back on the fucking map."
Yeah. What are you doing, right? Hey, man, listen. God bless you, man. Good talking with you.
Thanks, Bob. Nice talking to you too, brother. We'll talk to you soon. That was Bob Golub, everybody. Very, very good show today. Really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.